so many different plans to make ZywOo's life a nightmare. They did in 10 different ways. We'll have to see as he charges into his first duel with the USB, struggles to connect, but Frozen will hit the deck.
That's a bold fight to take with the Glock from Frozen, trying to really force the issue. Apex has already rotated down. They know what's coming. They know what's happening. There's the run across. Apex going to slow them, but not stop them. So they press forward.
Yeah, the reposition's nice, right? They're trying to bait them into this lower stack. Vitality are already very established here. Apex tapping one through the smoke, and all the kills coming through for Vitality. It's just Rops left standing. Oh, Messi hits a blinder! That's a 90-degree flick on a guy who's already done a dink to open up that duel. And so Vitality, that is about as clean a start as they could have hoped for. A flawless pistol round to open up Nuke.
And if you have any question about the playstyle that FaZe will apply into this series, that pistol round is a great indication. It's about pressure, it's about pace, it's about being in your face, forcing you to skirmish, forcing you to square your round. And this was a great response from Vitality. Apex with a deep info early enough to get the rest of the squad to join him lower, and Vitality's up 1-0, and FaZe taking the traditional route. No bomb plan, no money.
No bomb plan, no money, no armor, no upgraded pistols. All Glocks for the FaZe side of things. So this should be a pretty quick 2-0, as FaZe probably just going to talk some things over, get that first gun round fresh in their minds. I like that you brought up Brokey. Brokey's playing so sick right now.
Dude,
he's so much fun to walk. Yeah, he's just been so good in the recent months.
You see the respect that Vitality is giving. I wonder if they're expecting maybe a deagle, maybe an upgraded here. They're playing very conventional right now.
You know how it is, Matthew. You went to school for psychology. If you just kind of assume every round is going to be a force buy and you know you're cautious of the deagles, you can't really go wrong against the Glocks.
Yeah, I buy into it until an extent. I think in some of these games that are very high stress, you have to take the opportunity to have a free round where you relax a little bit more. When you smell that Glock, I wouldn't mind a peek or two just to get yourself going.
They just smelled it now with these opening 2 kills. Although they're still playing pretty chill, aren't they? They're still playing pretty far back.
Get out there, getting their faces.
Nice and easy. Spinks gets one, and poor little Brokey.
Dude, I like it. I think FaZe are a team that try to bring a lot of chaos into the server, and so if you're able to rise above that and kind of take an almost stoic set in your way sort of style where like, look, we're not going to give them these like weird fights they're looking for. We're not going to present that chaos.
FaZe have like this hive mind-esque quality where they have so many strong players in their roles that everyone understands what their function in any given moment is, and that's how they can thrive on chaos because it's all improvised in the heat of the moment. And it's just improvised at the highest level.
That's how they beat Vitality in Copenhagen, honestly. Just being the best and making the rash decisions within the chaos, having so many players capable of knowing live what's happening and not. First gun round into this game, ZywOo not on the AWP, of course. He stuck with the M4A1S. And I think he's going to be a player that we'll obviously mention a whole lot, not just because he is ZywOo, but because of his positioning. Being outside, having to counter FaZe and the different ways they take the space.
I mean, that's kind of the nature of a player of his caliber. It's like good or bad game, you have to talk about it with ZywOo.
Look at the emphasis Vitality have out here as well. ZywOo's in Big Garage. They had a second player cheat out towards Under Heaven. Apex went fast secret. He goes for a little bit of intel. He wanted to see if they were truly coming, and oh boy, did he find out.
ZywOo, good damage on the nade. Or on the follow-up spam. But FaZe, they will get down over towards secret. They've got this room given to them, but Flames is here to try and take it all away.
No more smokes. They're going to have to battle their way into this bomb site with these flashbangs, right? You can't just drop a smoke, get some cover, plant the bomb. Here's the first engagement. Good trade from Rain.
They still don't know about Flames. Already down from ramp, but an awkward spray gifts a kill over to Frozen. So that leaves ZywOo and Messi. And they're very far removed from this lower site. They might just have to write this one off.
They might have to. This is where FaZe excel. This is where they're not going to give you way back in. They have such a good understanding of the positions that are allowed to them, the space that Vitality might retake. Robs acts as a fail-safe towards Ram, so you know there is no risk. And then you have a vent position you can close with just one player very easily. That's Frozen, right there on the money, fun production, and the rest is history. That's already the round. If you're going to put so much emphasis outside the way Vitality did, first of all, I think it's a response to what happened in Copenhagen, which we know FaZe a very outside-centric sort of game plan going into this. But strength in numbers, play off a flash, play off a bait. I thought Apex move was a little bit individualistic. He just took a duel, which he lost. You had so many other players you could play off. And ZywOo actually explodes with the bomb.
Yeah, that's actually a big loss. That's a mistake, unforced mistake from ZywOo to lose that weapon at the end of the day. That's going to make this buy. I mean, they're going to go for it regardless, but a little bit more scuffed.
Dude, you would have had as good as a full buy here if ZywOo had stayed alive. He would have dropped one. You would have had Spinks throw a gun into play as well. You would have had full rifles with a good bit of utility going in behind it. Instead, you know, they still come out with a good-looking buy.
It's not terrible, right? It's not terrible even with one
Flames
SMG.
on the SMG.
I know it's very early in the game, but this is where you have to stay alive if you're Vitality. When the scoreline is 2-1, when you still have FaZe in the ropes, but you're trying to survive. You're trying to save your health right here, right now. The beginning of it.
You want to make them scrap and fight and claw for their 3 to 4 rounds on the T side. You don't want to give them an economic advantage, have them get up to 3 or 4 pretty quickly, and then scrap for a couple extras. Frozen outside. Looking for that peek behind Credit. ZywOo's not giving it to him. It's Kerrigan out the door to find one. Spinks goes down, and that weakens the defense. Rotation's now in order for Vitality.
I wonder if they kept track of that player specifically. Rain had been running down. Ramp has been given over. It's Flamesy that's got a very tall task to handle the B-side.
Yeah, I think it's a huge risk to give Rops control over Ramp Room, right?
I was going to say, this is a big gap. Like, if Flames doesn't even realize it. If Rops walks down the ramp, he's just dead.
Frozen's positions unknown too. He's incognito.
Yeah, they have no idea. I don't know. So much of the map is dark for Vitality. Good shot from ZywOo. That at least deals with one of these players on the extremities. Flames holds the line with the MP9. Oh, and he's going to get out with the double. Didn't have the best weapon for the job. He made it look like plain sailing, and now they know where Rops lies. They've got him spotted out on an island. Rops is run down. And so Vitality, operating with a lot of blindness all across the map, are able to scrap for a round there and deny FaZe that lower play.
I'm surprised Rops was so passive in ramp room that whole time, to be honest with you.
I didn't realize how much space he had.
Yeah, there's that. You're probably a little bit confused. Kill comes out, you know, elsewhere, and he's all of a sudden like, oh, I have all of ramp room, but you're trusting 2 guys to take control of this lower bomb site, that one extra player. I thought Rops would have a little bit of assistance there, but he's playing for the late round lurk in the post plant. Yes. I think the only thing I can come up with is maybe he thought that there would be a lobby crunch to retake the positioning, and that he would be able to punish that.
And they hadn't seen Flames in the name tag quite yet. Yep. Flames was only detected later on. I think ZywOo's kill onto Frozen was very key, and that's what unlocked the situation. It forced the hand of FaZe to accelerate outside, and Flames, huge work with the MP9. Double kill on the B side.
All right, boost up for Kerrigan on the scout. ZywOo is in the back of Garage. Don't know if that's the guy you want to face. Flames waiting over here at ramp, is about to get pressured right as ZywOo strikes out in the yard, but it's a bit of give and take in this round. Brokey opens onto the ramp room, and that's opened up a path down towards lower. Rain just trying to slow down these rotates outside. That leaves Spinks alone down towards the B site. They run it in with the pistols. Spinks holds the line for one, but it's an immediate trade. FaZe still in with a chance here. They've grabbed guns now. They've got armor to go behind it. Rops and Brokey, a terrifying twosome left up in this round for FaZe Clan.
They've got armor as well.
That's good. Detected Apex knows.
Both playing over towards the single door. Good util from Apex, puts Rops in an awkward spot, and Brokey is iced out immediately. ZywOo 8-0 to open this up. Yeah, that one death to the bomb, but, you know.
Off the back of a rifle.
Yeah.
I know this has been a point of contention. It will always be a point of debate, but if your way into greatness in a game is through rifle work, and then you put on the AWP when you feel it coming, just please be my guest. Go ahead. Take some of your duels with the silencer. He's had a couple of blinders with the M4A1S already now. I'm sure the AWP eventually will come up. Now he's equipped with an AK.
You could actually even drop that over to Spinks if he really wanted and get the AWP himself.
He could.
He's kind of the French Nikados in a way.
Yeah.
Don't you ever dare say that about him.
Oh no, that even made me cringe. Oh, I like it.
I shall not stay silent.
I will not stand for this. Oh, 4-1. Vitality's playing a very good, calculated game right now. Their rotations have been on point. They're rotating with numbers. They're being very mindful of the lurks. This is looking good stuff for Vitality. Up 4-1.
Apex has a luxurious position right now. But only 1 minute 25, I know, but he's far forward and there's been no activity outside whatsoever. So that explains why ZywOo can cheat his way towards A a little bit more.
You played with him, Maniac. How patient is Apex? Is he going to get antsy in this position?
You know, he's not real patient. No, I wouldn't characterize him as patient. There's many other words I can find.
Patient ain't one of them.
No, he wasn't. Not when we were younger. But, you know, like wine, maybe he just aged fine.
Yeah,
Nice.
he developed it.
Absolutely.
He learned it. Oh,
Mezzy Good spot here. Damage done on a Rain. Now it's going to fall to Spinks, and that rotate from ZywOo. You've also got a player battling from mains, but Spinks isolates these fights brilliantly. Behind the stack, ZywOo now drops in. FaZe, this one, no room given, nothing taken for free. Stellar hold from that Spinks, ZywOo, Mezzi combination.
Remember, it feels like Spinks is the guy. I mean, ZywOo's been there, and he's going to be amazing. Spinks is the guy who elevated this team into greatness in some of their 100%. Incredible runs they've had.
And I think there is a little bit of a cause and effect situation in ZywOo and Spinks combo, in the sense of when ZywOo has a good start to the game, the way it happened, and you circumvent the options from FaZe outside, then you put Spinks in a situation where the duel is going to come to him. Yeah. It's going to happen. He doesn't need to overthink his positioning. The exec comes in, Vitality have the right pieces, Spinks with a clear good work, ZywOo comes in as well, helping from heaven. All the signs are green right now for Vitality, but we know how FaZe can strike back coming to a game.
Okay, maybe to my untrained eyes here, sure. I want to throw a statement out there, and you guys tell me how you feel about it.
We'll have an open mind.
Just look a little bit, you know, Vitality have clearly come into this fired up. FaZe aren't getting some of those signature openings that they can find, some of those man advantages, some of those mid-round situations to manipulate. It's felt a little flat. Yards where they found a lot of their success, and they might be getting room, but they're never getting kills, it feels like.
I think we've had two key clutch moments, right? The Flamesy double kill with the MP9, and then the retake of that 3v2 that Vitality had on the B-bomb side. If you go back and you rewatch the game in Copenhagen, these are rounds that FaZe was winning.
Yeah.
They were stealing them away, and then they were applying pressure onto Vitality. Karrigan knew how to call when the weaponry of the opponent was a little bit below the best case scenario. So now Vitality has scrubbed these types of mistakes. They've been above it, and they've kept their weapons, they've kept the money as well. But again, I think FaZe represents a threat in any given round.
To build on that point though, Harry, I mean, I'll just say, I mean, what's going through my head at the moment is we've seen FaZe, you know, attack outside, get down to the lower bomb site a couple of times. None of that's really worked with any consistency. Now we've seen them attack the upper bomb site as well, as that hasn't worked, and all of a sudden, Nuke starts to feel small. Starts to feel like you don't have a whole lot of options. So at some point, FaZe is going to have somebody create some impact in that outer yard when they put up that wall of smokes.
All right, little A-pop coming in. FaZe gonna try run back this top site here. Mezzi back at the site, unable to replicate Spinks' hold. ZywOo gets his first death here in this round. They've dealt with the big man, but now they've got to follow through on the rest of them. Frozen and Karrigan left standing, and Apex runs them down. It's just Karrigan. He's got to offer up an ace clutch here. Karrigan, his form across EPL has actually been fantastic. But surely dead to this player back at main. He gets buzzed! Karrigan! What the hell was that?
Don't say just Karrigan. He's good for a miracle clutch when you need it. He's on for the ace as well.
Clash of the captains. Apex versus Karrigan.
And he's got the advantage. He's got the position on Apex. He's going to hear him drop into vent. Karrigan on his track to the ace, Harry.
Repositions nicely, tucks himself away, steals himself from the fight with Apex, but he wants to catch him on the cross. Apex needs to stop this captain on his way to the ace, and the miss spray to open up is a nice way to start. Touchdown from Apex, and Karrigan cut short of the ace clutch that was required to find that round for FaZe. These two are always fantastic when they go head for head, but usually that's in the battle of the brains. Right now it's the brawn, the metal tested, and Apex steps up to the mark.
Now you know what I mean when I say Vitality is surviving in these moments. This was it for FaZe. They had to weigh in on this incredible, excellent work from Karrigan. Oh, the nade. He almost like played football with it.
Oh, I think Karrigan really regrets how he played that 1v1 though.
Oh, but the angle was great. He just
he missed the shot, but also the bomb is now behind Silo, and you've got to be the one to make the move after the fact. I think Karrigan just, once he missed that shot, he's like, oh, all my options are gone.
You know, and I don't even really blame him for taking it. He's 4 kills deep on his way to like a 1v3.
Low HP as well.
He's hit every shot. Now Vitality are disrespecting them. This is a whole different beast to the one that FaZe faced back in Copenhagen. Vitality are making moves, and Spinks has opened this round up. The whole map has shrunk down to just the yard for FaZe Clan.
If Vitality have to be aware, ZywOo miss first time with the AWP. We need to see him warm up to the gun.
He's a rifler. Put him back on the M4.
I'm all for it. Let's talk about it later in the podcast. Back into the game. Have they kept track of the bomb being lower? ZywOo spots an elbow. Karrigan hits the deck. Second kill from ZywOo. Moses conjured him live.
Oh, Apex in the vents. Looking to hold on. He's got flames in tandem. Oh, good shooting. Rain and Brokey ready for it all. And that lower bomb site is now lost, but a man disadvantage for FaZe.
He's going to open up the smoke. ZywOo with the third. Rain undetected. He's got a chance into this. He's got a hand to play. He's going to close the gap spot. ZywOo, one tap. He's heard Mezzi as well. Changes his position unbeknownst to his opponent. He's threaded the needle. He's lost it completely, but Mezzi answers.
Unreal that Mezzi's ready for that. That reposition from Rain is wild. He had to take a risk somewhere, and that looked like it was just perfect. They recover ZywOo's up, give it back to him. We got 3 kills in the round, and Vitality, they came in looking sharp today.
Bro, I mean, you know, there were questions around how ZywOo would look here after a tremendous group stage, but he never played versus top-tier opposition. Bro, the guy's been lights out, 13-2, top in the charts. For FaZe, you look down the line. Where's Rops? Where's Frozen? They're in a 3v5 right now. They are struggling. The individuals aren't hitting yet. The clutches are going the way of their opponents.
It's such a strength as a team to have, you know, your best player who also happens to be one of the best players. Oh my lord! That's not fair.
But don't let the scoreline fool you. FaZe have put Vitality under pressure 3 or 4 times in this game already. Vitality hanging on by a thread. They would need a clean round. They would need a moment to take a deep breath. This might just be it. Round 9, 5v3. Flames about to get tested.
Oh, they're already past him. Maybe an awkward timing on the drop down, but a collateral for ZywOo! ZywOo is so clean with it, and I mean, it's almost like a destiny for him, it feels like, in this game. He's always in the right place at the right time. They're lining up for him now. Is there any stopping ZywOo?
This is actually so sick. That's so unreasonable.
Crazy wallbang into the collateral ramp. You can't make this up.
I can't see that enough. I can't see it enough.
There we go. Let him know.
Every once in a while, it feels like ZywOo comes into a game ready to silence all the doubters. And at the moment, unfortunately for FaZe, they're the ones taking all the brunt of his anger and frustrations.
But you gotta keep your eyes on the prize if you're Vitality. 8-1 might be deceiving. Don't let FaZe come back into this. The reason why you've won all of these clutches, very good communications, holding each other's angles, staying on top of things. What positions have we given up? When could they have accessed it? Vitality have kept track of FaZe beautifully so far, and they have to keep it up. The pressure is onto FaZe. 8-1. Their map pick.
Yeah, but, mate, when ZywOo's having a game like this and you're essentially so terrified to go out in the yard, that's a huge area of the map that FaZe so often hinge upon being a massive red flag to the FaZe T side. You don't want to keep giving ZywOo these chances.
Because he made the switch from rifle to sniper successfully. I thought this could have been a point of conversation. Now Flames is on an island. He's got no rotation whatsoever. We've talked about the reads from Vitality. That's not the case so far. Flames is going to have a whole lot to work with.
Yeah, ZywOo's slightly backed up in towards the spawn, so Flames can hold them back. Maybe ZywOo gets there in time. Flames in with a double. He did all he had to. ZywOo, he's trying everything now. He's limit testing.
Fair enough.
Apex already down at lower. That one should be free. With Brokey dead, it's only Frozen left standing. Penalty on the board here for Frozen, but he shouldn't be able to take this any further. Tap on the bomb. Hope that baits a peak. It will not. So Frozen is not given these fights he's so desperately looking for to try and carve out a route back into this round. 30 seconds remain. Spinks is holding on to ramp. There's no going back for Frozen. He's got to battle forward.
But now he's got to worry about windows as well, so he has to make a move.
The way ZywOo close the door is like a horror movie in the 80s. Ooh, but Frozen is the one that strikes fear. First kill. Everything is under control. Spinks is here as well.
Yeah, but he created a little bit of an opportunity there. He did create it. He had 20 seconds left. I thought he was going to bail up in towards the vent. ZywOo was hustling to cover it. 9-1.
Flames might only have 6 kills, but that's now 2 rounds that completely hinge on his work, his handiwork.
Yeah,
the MP9 double kill.
The MP9 on the lower bomb
here,
side.
that's a double kill as well on the defense.
And an extra dink, yeah.
Isolated. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story, and Flames has had his name hinged to a couple of these rounds here.
What story does the number 0 tell you on Romps?
I'm a bit biased in this whole conversation. I don't mind it as much.
All right.
Let's see, pistols. You're gonna give a shout to the AWP with the pistols. Apex forward traded immediately.
Okay, 4-on-4. Something for FaZe to work with. Can they find any gaps? And they have. Kerrigan's come through the smoke. Spinks notices it at the last second. Now Rop's in for his lurk. Follows up on Kerrigan. Disadvantage, he's got to do something to help his teammates. Under fire, Rain's got another one, and now it's time for Rops to move. That one's easy. Rops is on the board, and FaZe might be looking at 2 rounds.
Try and go after Brokey with the plant. Vitality in a 2-on-3. You can imagine they might be hesitant to give this one over, right? You don't want to let FaZe in on these Tech-9s. You want to try and do them dirty here and now. But with Rops finally arriving, 2 kills in this round, and it's just ZywOo, the man left to beat. He's going to get backstabbed by Brokey, and so FaZe finally get back on the board.
It was 7 in a row for Vitality before FaZe can respond. That is a brutal run.
And amidst all these wins, this is the first time Vitality misread the situation. Mezzi did not locate the danger, did not realize how close they were to him, took a swing, that's the kill we're looking at, and then Robs finds a gap in the defense. Spinks had done a great job at punishing Kerrigan in the first attempt, but he lost track of Robs. That double lurker or double wave of lurk did wonder for FaZe Clan, and honestly, we know how Nuke has evolved over the years, but if you end up on 3 rounds, considering how things started for FaZe, it wouldn't be that bad. Brokey misses the shot onto Spinks, allows him a second lease on life.
Wow. That's a kill you feel Brokey must have in that situation. Could have been an advantage for his team. FaZe is desperate for 3. ZywOo with his ult now down in secret outside. They'll have Apex far away in support up at Heaven just to be a distraction, but ZywOo wants one to back away.
Okay. Rops has started to remember what playing the game feels like. He's now onto his 3rd, and he gets the opener in this round. And it's a big man to have found. Spinks right up there alongside ZywOo at the top of the board.
And I'll tell you, the 0 kills, the story that it tells me is that as the lurker in lobby, when his teammates aren't producing elsewhere, you don't have a whole lot of opportunities. And this is one of the few rounds you'll see Rops take that aggressive playmaking from lobby. He has a couple plays he likes to make.
Straight out into the site. Slightly ahead of the smoke was Kerrigan, so Mezzi gets swamped for free. Smoke blowing open, Apex tries to make a move, but Rain and Rops kills a piece. It's left on a ZywOo and Mezzi to try and deliver for Vitality. The flash is good, that gets Mezzi in. He's causing chaos, taking attention away from ZywOo. Mezzi's doing it all right now. 3 kills. And maybe he's bought a bit of time for ZywOo to wrap in. Rain has not taken his eyes off the heavens. Rain has been waiting for this, but the moment he looks away, the second he looks away, ZywOo drops in on the bomb. ZywOo's sticking it. Brokey's got to make a move, and he's not going to get there in time. So Vitality turn that one around. It's Mezzi and ZywOo in the retake that find double digits for Vitality. Vitality with a runaway CT side. FaZe only manage 2 rounds on their map pick. Vitality is steaming ahead, and we're getting a stellar game from ZywOo, who is yet to be tested by teams inside of the top 10. But my God, has he made a bit of groundswell here in Malta to open up this run for Vitality.
As Maniac mentioned in the first half, a couple of rounds, a couple of situations could have gone the other way, and Vitality just happened to come out on top of all of them that we normally see FaZe win at least a few of those clutches. But now you got to be mindful, because this can come right back very, very quickly out of this pistol.
Maybe not into my veins.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
The upgraded P250 on ZywOo.
Jesus, man.
At this point, just give him whatever the hell he wants. Frozen peeks out, pops on a flash. It's Flamesy to find the kill, and ZywOo is protecting Heaven. Kerrigan's been brought down low. But do they know about Robs? Robs in the smoke.
Are they coming through? Oh, this is not ideal. Robs can't find the second. The fight from Lockers wins out for Kerrigan. But it's a 2-on-3, and Kerrigan's got no health.
I wonder if Spinks heard Brokey. They seem to be aware, at least considering the idea. Vitality hit the brakes.
Yeah, they're very split up right now, right? They want to regroup. You don't want to give away this pistol. That is the red carpet for FaZe to try and get back into this game. So it looks like they want to go regroup back in the lobby with ZywOo still down through secret. Brokey breaks the vents.
Sound
Give
cute.
that illusion. He's considered this rotate down towards lower. ZywOo is about to confirm that that is not the case. He plays in through the vent. Brokey waiting for him. This could get weird. 2 players for Vitality. About to try and get out through the hut as ZywOo makes his move. Up on the ladder, is he ready for Brokey? He's not. Dual Berettas find him. 2v2. Brokey's dualies deliver for FaZe Clan. It's just Spinks left to beat, and Kerrigan will. So pistol round picked up for FaZe. It's still a long road laid out ahead of them here, but that's exactly what they needed if they wanted any chance of saving Nuke.
And you were right on the money, Harry. If you want to beat FaZe, you have to seize any of these opportunities coming your way. A 3v2, a man advantage in a pistol round has to be converted. The way FaZe grind their way back into the game is by taking any single one of these advantageous positions they have. ZywOo goes in first. I think he might have best waited for the rest of the teammates to come in and then react.
Say that. Yeah. The coming up the vents as the instigator on that is a tough role to play. Vitality without the plants go for a buy. Armor, pistols, Tech 9s, Deagles, a little bit of utility. They've crossed to secret. One player's rotated down, it's Rops. I think he's gonna need more help.
They don't know about Rain though. Rain is behind.
Brokey's over at ramp, so they do have semblance of a crossfire getting established down towards B. Longer range for Brokey on that M4. You really want Rops to get out with this opener, because then they're going to get churned up into this kind of layered stack down at the B site. Gives a bit of time for Brokey. But Robs falls, getting nothing done. That is a big opening for Apex to have picked up. Means that Brokey gets there too late. Vents are cut off. This is going to be a slow rotate for FaZe Clan into a lost B site, and that's assuming they want to go for this.
Oh, they're so locked out. I can't even believe Frozen tried the idea of going down vents. It's all on this retake. They are going to go for it. They have to. Oh, ZywOo! 2 more kills with the Deagle. Shut down eventually, but Frozen doesn't have the health for this.
Yeah, low on HP into the Spinks Apex duo, and they're not fighting, and they're not peeking, and they swing together. And so Vitality, an immediate response. The force buy with no plant comes through, and it comes up in favor of Vitality.
Best answer.
ZywOo's been good with every gun today. AWP, M4, Deagle, P250.
No exception.
It's unreal.
It all hinges onto this opening kill from Apex onto Robs. He was surrounded, swarmed by pistols.
And that's the armor. That MP9 can chew him up much faster. The fact that they've invested in armor, Brokey had gotten further away in towards ramp room. Damn, they just knock out punch FaZe.
And you talked about the pressure from ZywOo in the vent. I think that's what pressured FaZe into the secret, into this whole crumped up retake. And ZywOo, beautiful crosser placement. Who wouldn't have it when you have 21 kills? He's living on the clouds right now. He's 36,000 feet in the sky. Double kill with the Deagle, puts Vitality where they need to be. 11-3, FaZe in the ropes here in Malta. That's the first map of the quarterfinal, a map they lost in Copenhagen, and they seem to have learned from their mistakes.
Oh, they've learned in a big way. Lobby crunch though, and that's a kill. Karrigan and Rob very low on HP. A little bit of spam connects just to tickle onto Brokey and takes down Karrigan.
Even that's frustrating for FaZe, right? They found their way into a 4v4. They have this lobby control, something going right, and then you get smoke spammed out of the round. Frustrating way to go if you're Karrigan.
I guess this round is, because it's gonna, you feel like it's just gonna slip away, but this is, I guess, the conversation. You mentioned FaZe being in every single finals in CS2 when we started this series. They've been competing at a ton of events, event after event, traveling to and from. Vitality hasn't played since the major. They've had about a month off. That is time to get back, gather yourself, retool, look at what you're doing wrong. FaZe haven't had that break yet. They haven't had that breath where they get to look at their own game and say, what do we want to change? What do we want to improve? What do we want to adapt?
I agree with you, but it wasn't a given what Vitality would take out of that break. Remember, you get to simmer in the disappointment that this third map was against FaZe. How you led away advantageous situation. You gave it to the nerves and the pressure.
They needed that. They needed that month to just sit there and stew in their anger and give into it.
Yeah, I think the thing that's like wild there though is FaZe have been complaining about being exhausted for a while now, with good reason, but you know, they've kept doing it ever since even the setback in Copenhagen, losing out in the major final there. They still went on to go ahead and lift the trophy in Chengdu. They were still making these runs happen. They were keeping that streak of being in every grand final since the release of this game, regardless of how tired or how exhausted they were. So this is part of you that felt like they were going to bring that same tenacity, that same heat today, but it looks like it's too much. Vitality, they fixed a lot of these issues. Instead of FaZe icing out ZywOo, he's put on a masterclass, and it's been the players for FaZe Clan that have been put in tough spots throughout this entire map.
It's a great point to mention. In Copenhagen, one of the key assets that FaZe had was a complete counter onto whatever ZywOo attempted outside. They had perfect pop flashes. They had the shoulder peek into the bait and switch. ZywOo could not see the light of day on that first map in Copenhagen. He had a really harsh time to get into this. Obviously, he took over this map. There's nothing else to say. It's not a one-man show. He's had teammates by his side. Spinks has been stable. Apex had a couple of key moments, but he's done exactly what he wanted. Yeah,
I mean, ZywOo's having an incredible game. You can't take anything away from that, but Vitality as a whole have looked so well prepared for FaZe. All their responses on the CT side were perfect. The way they shifted and rotated together as a team, it was all perfect. And now they get to reap the rewards of all that hard work. Hit into the upper bomb site. It's a little bit flat, but they've taken control of everything. No defense mounted.
And in this final 2v4, I mean, FaZe, it's kind of reality setting in now. The Nuke is going to get away from them. And it's not like it was a close affair. It's not like FaZe were in this. Early on, there were a couple of swing moments, swing rounds that maybe you could have said, okay, bad luck. But this has been a dominant game across the board with ZywOo putting on a clinic for this win for Vitality. And they'll lock it in. FaZe's map pick goes the way of the Vitality squad. And Vitality barely break a sweat while doing it. They have come in to this quarter prepared. They have come into this looking for revenge over the FaZe clan that knocked them out back in Copenhagen.
And if they want to make it stick, you need to do exactly that right here, right now. Rain, noisy up the ramp. Oof, the nade onto Brokey. That's a hefty amount of damage, and Flames, he just jumped into the fight.
Oh, good rebuttals though. ZywOo's not done. He's here, and they bail out in the opposite direction. They want nothing to do with it. 3-on-3, and we've already got a play forming in middle.
Hi guys, Rop's dead early on. ZywOo gonna find him, and that leaves it down to 2 for FaZe. Karrigan and Frozen.
Maybe not.
Molly will disrupt that for a moment. Frozen trying to take away space, lives to regret that. And now it's just Karrigan who will get run through. ZywOo, 4 kills in the pistol. He's going to open up Vertigo with the same tenacity he brought to Nuke.
Oof, not missing a beat there, and the fact the bomb doesn't go down, you think FaZe have the side, but that incendiary comes in clutch, even though they're exchanged. It denies the plant. They take out Frozen, who's overextending in that moment, right? you see the molly come in, you want to stay alive, but you're committed to the duel, you don't win it, and then Carrigan, he knows he can't just plant, he's going to get run down, attempts to go for the kills. So it is just going to have to be Deagles for FaZe in round number 2.
It's all the same problems that happened to FaZe on Nuke, where it felt like tactically Vitality was very prepared with that nade and the flashbang combo to pounce on the ramp fight and get those trades in their favor. The individual play and the lurk in middle didn't work out, and then obviously the round's just gone all to hell from there.
Well, we have this moment with just some Deagles upgraded, 2 out of the 5. Harry, what are you looking for, mate?
Man, I'm doing some digging right now.
He's deep diving.
That was Frozen's second worst game ever in his career. And for Ops, that opening map was a top 5, I think, is where I'm at right now. So 2 very rough performances from usual standout players in the FaZe jersey.
Yeah, okay. Well, ZywOo with back-to-back 4Ks, that's going to be one of the easier ones he'll get throughout this second map of play, I'm sure. Just a couple of upgrades, mainly Glocks, no armor, no util. But 8-0 for the Woo. Turn our attention to gun round number 1. AKs are out for FaZe. And you just hope for their sake, or at least a competitive series sake, that they get going now. Yeah,
they want them to get started early and put Vitality in maybe a danger spot. That was one thing they couldn't do early on Nuke, even though they had the chance, was break that economy. More than anything, FaZe, let's see how comfortable they are opening up on Vertigo, a map they famously have not exactly played a whole lot.
Yeah, it's interesting that they are taking this approach. If you go back in the history of guys like Frozen, guys like Robs, they have played Vertigo in their time, obviously just not so much under the banner of FaZe. Well, pressure across the map. Mezzy with a forward position. Spinks to jump up Wood when Mezzy takes contact. Let's see how this wombo combo works.
All right, Mezzy, if he can get out with a freebie to open, that's fantastic. Now that makes Spinks that much more effective. It is well handled by FaZe. They're able to trade both of them going 1 for 1.
Here he is.
Now they get some room over towards B, but ZywOo, he has been the gatekeeper of all the ground that FaZe have looked to take, and that's no different here in round number 3. Apex moving in, trying to take the attention away from ZywOo. And it's ZywOo taking all the attention, leaving it just on Flames. 1v1. Rops on the receiving end of that Famous.
Damn.
And so another one of these rounds that are often good to FaZe. Oftentimes they're able to just squeak them past, but not here, not now. Vitality walk away with it.
Was every kill in that round traded?
I believe so, right towards the end.
Trade back. Yeah, that was a pretty sick round in that regard. Yeah, it definitely was. That is a sick round of Counter-Strike. And Flamesy with the Famous gets it done. Apex quite intense in that moment, but still, this is a dream start. 3-0.
3-0 with no plants.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you'll take that to the bank. Rain's going to get fast with his Tech 9, slowed by the counter utility, counter Molotov. So his play denied. No util to handle the sandbags position from Flames.
Okay.
Ambitious.
A gun available has been scooped up by Rain for now. The spam. Chip damage. ZywOo is still posh. He's looking so confident.
I like that Flames is still here too. He's just like, you guys don't have utility. You guys don't have a Molotov for me or nades to barrel behind these sandbags, but the danger's coming the other direction. ZywOo's out of bullets. Kerrigan's got it. They forgot about Flames for just a moment. Important trade. And another one of those rounds, Harry, that you feel like FaZe, they squeak these out more often than not.
Yeah, and finally they're in a good spot to do so, right? 3v2. This is a good chance for FaZe. They have to capitalize now. If this round gets away from them, I feel like that's like the whole essence of FaZe Clan has been disrupted.
Oh,
spotted and gives it up.
Yeah, we're just taking a quick look at the money. Flames, you'll be able to buy into the next.
Yeah, they did get whittled down to 1 in that last round, right? So funds are going to be hurting. Spink's going to be hoping he can drop a weapon over. What's he going to have? 1650?
So, you know, he's going to be able to drop
or
something.
2650?
He could drop a Famous or an MP9. Flamesy, this is the thing. There will always be the conversation of the AWP on this map, but we know that ZywOo doesn't need it.
And in particular on this map on the T side, he's fine with he wants the AK-47.
Does Mezzy go for the wallbang? Yeah, he does. He gives it a go. Crack. Well, the bomb helped out mainly for the damage there, but FaZe, in typical FaZe fashion, pull a nice little bullshit round out of their ass. That's an Apex giving up the opener, giving away
I was going to say, it wasn't full bullshit, right? It was a little bit of a miscue. It was weird seeing Apex take that peek and then Flames throw a flashbang immediately after his death, and it's like, those things could be coordinated a little bit differently.
Whereas
yeah,
ZywOo's getting...
need to throw a flash because he threw a smoke instead.
Yeah, maybe Apex thought he was throwing the flash at that moment.
Could have been a slight miscom.
Zywoo's getting the MM experience. He's having a great game, so now his teammates are playing with that confidence too. It's like, no. I'll do all the crazy shit. You guys just kind of hang out. Don't give away the openings.
Play standard.
Yeah.
Let me be the psychopath.
Okay, they've given FaZe a way back in here.
Yeah, but they've taken a tactical timeout to try and steady before things get out of control, because as we were discussing, there were finances for the purchases, and they've been able to pull through 3 silenced M4s and 2 MP9s. Now, you don't love to see one of those on Zywoo.
Yeah, that is a bit weird.
Watch him get an ace with it now.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he wants to get aggressive. He wants to get a little freaky. It's a good amount of nades as well on the Vitality side. Only Zywoo's really lacking with just the one smoke, but you have to imagine he's going to pick and choose a battle when he deploys that to just go for a swing. Maybe he wants to push down.
Oh my. He does. Straight through the short side. Great rooting from Zywoo.
No
and he even
way.
follows up with a lot more damage. That tees up Rain for the nade, and so well converted for Vitality. That, honestly, you're trading MP9 for the double kill down at the base of the ramp. It did cost you 1 Zywoo, however. So he's going to sit back here, topping the charts for Vitality, hoping that the rest of his team can walk this one over the line.
Yeah, but out of the timeout, that play from Zywoo is just like whatever plan FaZe talked about and came up with, it no longer matters. It's not there anymore. Good job with the AUG from Brokey.
Yeah, and that nade did us so much damage onto Flamesy as well. He's chipped down to 21 now. You don't have Rops and Frozen online just yet. This would be a good round to get them activated. Great for the confidence, great to break the money of Vitality. Steady into that 3-on-3. Mezzy pushed it forward at B on the railing, searching and hitting a banger over shot. A dink for his troubles, however. The nade could do it.
Oh, perfect from Brokey. Gives up his position, though. Still, Spinks can't handle the mid-peak.
Good molly.
Great molly, great shot. Flames is going to get one, but he's low on health, and he's got Brokey to deal with.
Oh, swings out ahead of the drop-in from Flames.
Oh, no.
Oh, hang on a second.
This just got weird.
Yeah, I feel like... Wait, the time Brokey.
Yeah, you
He's
can't
gonna have to run it, and Flamesy's already playing for A. Flamesy's already going to be on the A side. But Brokey, with this, has to know that he'll be taking a duel. Has to know there's a fight. Flamesy's done it.
Molly comes out, Flames, close angle held, and low on health. Brokey checks him. And so Brokey will stand and deliver. You were worried he was overthinking it, but clears the angle he had to clear, and Flames takes a seat. FaZe are able to respond, and that's in spite of starting that round off 3v4.
I cannot believe Brokey checked that. I cannot believe he swung so convinced for that fight.
But the thing is, I guess he had to. Because
Yeah.
of the type of play that he made with the amount of time on the clock,
And the running.
Flamesy could have always been there. And also, he made steps away initially, and Flamesy had the correct read. You had to go for the heads-up duel there, so good stuff from Brokey.
I'm going to say, that round, Brokey util was goated, man. He threw that great nade over to Ward short that made Flames so low in the first place. He used a second nade that he picked up in middle to actually deal with Mezzy over at the B-bomb site. And then that molly, I think that's really what kind of gives him the presence of mind to be ready for the close angle. He knows he's not headshot. That's sort of the other position you could expect Flames to play. And so it left him with only the short side to check. So I think the util there was fantastic out of Brokey, and it kind of saved the round.
It did, because he certainly gave up the information game. There's Mezzy with an opening kill, but it's all good. FaZe find 2 in return. Frozen's on the board, his first kill in this round. And Rupp's getting active in middle as tracking Zywoo the whole way.
Zywoo should be dead to rights here. They have a very good idea where
my
he is.
God.
Oh, he even tried the second.
Yeah. Welcome to the game. That was us on the first map.
His aim is like a laser beam at the moment. He ain't missing. Rock should be able to find this one for free. Swings goes down, 3-3, all tied up. A couple of casualties, a couple of shaky moments. But that was an eco from Vitality. We will see the guns now purchased. So the last time we saw them with rifles, it was mixed between MP9s and rifles. They went aggressive.
Yep.
They got leveled out into a 3v3 within the mid-round. I'm interested to see what Vitality go for in this one. They don't really need to stifle FaZe with full-on aggression again. They could just try a bit more of a standard round. They are lacking utility on Spinks, however. That's the only omission for Vitality, as well as defuse kits.
I'd like to see them cool their jets a little bit in the mid-rounds.
Oh.
Maybe not the early round, though. Spinks, oh, that's just mistimed. But I like the proactive nature. Kerrigan's going to give away his presence.
Yeah, Rock would have been screaming on the mic there.
Absolutely. 2 of those rounds that Vitality lost, we saw those 2 pushes from Apex. The one with the miscued flashbang, and then we saw it in the mid-round. Brokey was able to pick him off, and that was the 3v3 that turned into Brokey's one-on-one clutch. So those mid-round re-aggressions to get intel at ramp have been punished very well by FaZe.
Looks like Brokey wants to deter any B aggression. He has support to be able to take this space back. Line this one up, making sure he doesn't miss the molly onto the stairs. The defense is still quite staunch in middle from Vitality. A is where they lack full ramp control. But FaZe are making no secret their positions right now. Rops is going to be lining up a Molotov. This will help push anybody back from the top yellow. He's actually gone for the double, so this is to help secure a lot of control over towards A.
Or show a lot of control over towards A. Kerrigan and Rain, it almost looks like they're setting up a fake. Good kill from Kerrigan, important trade.
Oh, looks like it's destined to finish towards B. Mezzi might need to tuck in somewhere safe.
I feel like at this point of your phase, you're kind of playing to dodge ZywOo, and you learn the info that he's over towards short right now, so you just want to follow through with this B play, try to exploit Mezzi here. Spinks joins him on the rotate. Spinks spots the boost, but he can't get a beat on it. Up and over, into Mezzi they go. Rops and Rain get the entries to try and make this happen, but Apex has slowed the roll of FaZe, and that's time they can't afford to waste here. Rops left up in the clutch, getting flanked as well. Rops battles forward, just under 10 seconds left. Tap on the bomb, but he's not given these engagements. The net is closing around Rops. Little by little, ZywOo's been given time to come in on the backstab. And so a well-navigated round from Vitality. They will not give up this lead.
And they didn't do anything too crazy other than the initial opener, which was using a Spinks with no util, the double flash through. It actually would have been brilliant to find the opening on Rops, but the second one mistimed. Then they just had to have another good round of trading. I think it was key. Apex with the kills here. He stalled them out coming in towards the start. That's allowed the number advantage, allowed the rotation to ZywOo, and then Rops, no time, no chance. Ooh, and the Brokey frustration's palpable.
Vitality's done such a, I mean, they did a great job on Nuke of this, and in the early stages of Vertigo, they're doing a good job as well. Rotating and being in the correct place at the correct time. They have a very good read on what FaZe is doing, and their players are not shying away from getting involved.
Nice spawn-based smoke there from ZywOo. Look, it's going to be a T-smoke exchanged as well. That's very common to extinguish any CT mollies, but if you know that that is completely covered off, gives you a range of motion for your B defenders, which was currently doubled up, but they found the gap. FaZe, this could be the difference maker as Kerrigan's aim. Last few days, it's been on point.
Dude,
look at this, look at this.
What a guy to remove. Oh, and they're all the way out through middle. Rops, he had a really hard time making these lurks worth anything back on Nuke, but here, he's in a great spot to do maximum damage to Vitality as they readjust back in the middle. They go right into Rops. They learn about him the hard way, and there's the double up. Rops is finally finding his impact here. And so FaZe are right there, chomping at the bit to tie this game up again.
Found the perfect gap, didn't they?
I was going to say, how do you get Brokey up in Guardian, and then you get Rops flanking the A bomb site that quickly? That's just FaZe just going, well, let's test mid.
But in terms of round opener, though, they had B pressure and A ramp pressure. They felt like they were everywhere, and that's actually because they were.
Yeah, kept the extremities stalled out so that they could have that gap for as long as humanly possible. Nobody shifted back to cover mid.
And this is the most horrible part of the game to be in for Vitality. With only 1,900 loss going to either team into the next round of play, Mezzi really needs to hold on to the silence then 4 to give them something to work with. Wow, Mezzi will course correct for 2, so doing damage. FaZe, you can't throw too much more away. You're pinned.
Oh.
Actually taking everybody. Mezzi saves a gun and takes everybody down on the FaZe side of the server. That was a chance to start building a bit of an economy.
That's Mezzi for you, the best in the West Midlands. 4 kills from the guy, and he'll get out with that M4.
It's this actually.
That's wild.
But do you have a conversation now if you're Vitality to? Well, I guess you can't. No, you
to enforce. You can't.
I don't know because
I think you risk the whole half. You risk the whole half.
Yeah, you really shouldn't. They've made some light investments. Mezzi donated his utility. They have that AK scavenged, an MP9 for Spinks.
A couple of them gave armor back, bought it, and then sold it right back. So they've kind of been between two minds,
Yeah, and you can understand why, because there was individuals, I think Kerrigan came into this with only 3,900, so we're talking AK, head armor, and maybe a flat.
I mean, look at how,
look at how light this round is on util. FaZe are going to win it by force.
Oh, another team flash. ZywOo mistimes that peak, but he's got a little bit of information. I don't even know how much it actually matters, because these AK-47s just walking in nonchalant, ready to duel, ready to fight, and Vitality don't have much to counter it.
ZywOo opens. Apex finds another in the meantime. You don't want to fall down to the pistols here, FaZe. This is the first time they're looking to leap up into the lead here. Frozen's low on ammo. They're closing in. Got to get the reload off. Down to the Glock. They're pressuring Frozen, and he's caught out on an island. Robs tries to move in and clean up, trying to clean house, and he will.
Mezzy's
Apex and Flames both dead, but Mezzy arrives, and this time can't find a thing. So FaZe find themselves up in the lead.
FaZe look individually a little uncomfortable at the moment in some of these fights. That is a very drawn-out affair against mostly unarmored pistols, which is so uncharacteristic of FaZe.
It ain't pretty.
No.
Yeah, that one there is sketchy. Touch and go. Looks like they're opting for this B spawn smoke quite often. We've just seen Mezzy lob that out again, so wanting to completely contain this B lobby. Yeah, you can understand why Carrigan has that type of a feeling.
Fair play with this instant smoke as the player most often relegated to the B anchor defense in our matchmaking. I appreciate any help anyone's willing to give me at the B bomb.
Yeah, it gives you a buffer zone, doesn't it?
If that's not blocked off, if you're just alone there and they're more than happy to go up those stairs and take fights, that's a bad day.
I think the thing is it just allows the all-in for the CTs, whereas the Ts would traditionally throw that lurk smoke or the deny molly smoke.
Mezzy has no smoke for any molly that comes in this direction, by the way.
Okay, well, did they know where that trajectory came from? They boosted Carrigan up to wood. They're setting up a BXQ to explode, and Mezzy, that is brilliant. Just completely cut down one angle, one avenue of assault.
And at this point, Vitality's like, we got nothing on A ramp. It's clear, it's quiet. Shift more to B.
Yeah, I think especially after you've seen the boost, right, you know that kind of gives you the safety that there were at least 2 players here, so there's info that comes with that as well. Mezzy able to double up. Spinks can't hold the line. ZywOo moves in, taking up this position over at B, and with a self-flash, he gets involved for one more. Apex and Flames, they've got some util to work with. Molly for the bomb plant. Apex can't get away with the kill, and Flames' Molly comes out early. Low on health, Brokey puts on a show. 4 kills deep into the round, and FaZe are now building a T-side that they can be proud of here. 6-4, and the money broken again for Team Vitality.
6 is great for FaZe here on the T side so far. But you look at Vitality, if you're FaZe, you're thinking, these guys are bloody cockroaches. You go towards B every single time, and they're just trying to fight always for that stairs control. Every single player of Vitality taking these deeper duels. Just felt like the harassment kept coming, but FaZe dealt with it.
Is it because of the economy they don't have the nades and they feel like they have to take those forward fights? But yeah, that rotation comes in and 2 players step up to bat, 2 steps forward to fight at top of stairs, and then you've got 3 more streaming in after it. These are long, drawn-out battles.
4 players towards A here for Vitality. No boost available. Plenty on the ramp. MP9 goes swinging, but Carrigan and Rain clean up any problems. ZywOo still kicking up a fuss. 17 kills and counting.
Mezzy arrives here as well. It's the 2 top performers for Vitality, but Mezzy dead immediately. ZywOo, Deagle show. That's what it's got to be. Frozen even backs away from short. They just don't want to face him. They think, why fight ZywOo? Carrigan, meanwhile, will. He takes that fight gladly.
This is not going the way you had planned if you were Vitality when you picked this map.
I mean, dude, when we were on Nuke that last map, it was such a dominant scoreline, but the whole time, Maniac was worried. He kept saying that you don't have to give FaZe much to bring them back into a game, and I think we see that more than ever here. Think about what started this roll of rounds for FaZe Clan. It was that one peak from Apex down through short that gave up a man advantage, that let FaZe break into the rounds. And since that point, Vitality have found one.
That Brokey clutch in the 1v1 is the exact clutch that Maniac has been afraid of throughout this whole series, throughout Nuke. And look what it's created. Carrigan's gonna come through, playing between the smokes. He needs a flashbang. He needs something from somebody, but they're spammed down. All the way through.
Finn is mad. He's rolling back the years right now, and he's teeing up FaZe Clan for one hell of a T-side half here. Carrigan is leading by example, and the rest of FaZe are following suit with just Mezzy left. 8 feels as good as done.
Bro, without pistol round, 8 is incredible.
This has been a sick half from FaZe, even though there's been some wonky moments against those lighter buys. They've found some gaps, and now they just need to shut down Mezzy.
Robs will oblige him, don't you worry. There's the backstab in. This is looking good. Finn is doing all he can to pump up FaZe, topping the charts. In behind him, Brokey with clutches. Robs' lurks are finding impact. FaZe might have a chance on this second map.
They're a Vertigo team, baby. Let's go.
This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. You're technical. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. When they ask what I do for a living, I just say I met paper, appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. Keep cool and calm like the attic fan. We met paper, appear like the magic man. Deal with the money like David James. Save and save and save and save. Lock it in a box like David Blaine. Discipline thing, I ain't playing no games. Money for one, I got plans and aims. Man, I live by the old school sayings. Every mickle must make a muckle is true. Big up my granddaddy, showed me the way. More times that notes and I act broke, cause I'm like Houdini, I'm trying to escape. Passport's gotta get another new stamp, so don't say a word if you see me on planes. Winter time, man can't see me again. Pop up in the country with a mad name. Little man, I don't wanna hear no talk when I come for the money like Biggs and Wayne. This ain't new to me, no talk. This ain't new to me, no talk. This ain't new to me, you're technophone. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. When they ask what I do for a living, I just say I met paper, appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. I keep cool and calm like the attic fan. We met paper, appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. When they ask what I do for a living, I just say I met paper, appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. Keep cool and calm like the attic fan. We met paper, appear like the magic man. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Wanna hear no talk, no talk, no talk. See the stack levitate like dynamo. I keep it low key, I don't like to show. Corridor is real, a man like to steal, so I don't watch face and I mind my own. But it's a minor though, I flex really, I ain't that type of bloke. I like getting paid over the limelight still, man, no I ain't in a them type of show. This ain't new to me, matter of fact, man, started a while ago. I just wanna live a life for the choice how to spend my time is mine and mine alone. Blood, you best try to know, I wanna yard work and spend my time alone. We ain't gonna get there overnight, but in the meantime, there's still some time to go. Take the war, left the war, take the war, left the war, take the war, left the war. You're technophone. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. My God, he's a fly!
FaZe leading the charge, bringing the heat to Vertigo. They're out for a bit of revenge after the slapping they got dealt to open up this series on Nuke. ZywOo still topping the charts and looking lights out, but right now it's Spinks on the side of the milk carton. Where was he in the CT half?
That's a great question, but FaZe was all over the place. They hit and destroyed everything, and yeah, they've punched back on this second map. Broky's clutch, Kerrigan's efforts.
Right, Kerrigan's got milk, I tell you what.
Plenty of it, yeah. He's been drinking it his whole life.
Guys.
Yo.
There's nobody defending A for FaZe.
That's fine. It's a quirky pistol round.
Yeah.
That's
the old school,
one way to frame it.
Yeah, the old school tank strategy. Just stack somewhere and start pushing.
Well, you're going to lose the side. They don't have a kit. They have a smoke on Frozen, a flash on Kerrigan, but Kerrigan's flanking Jason.
And when Vitality feels no pressure and no presence and here's no shots through smokes and no counter nades, they're going to be very, very wise to what's happening.
Losing both pistols.
Yeah. That's a more succinct, less story-driven way of saying it.
And FaZe will tell you, they always give themselves the toughest route possible. Never winning a pistol, that is quite the tough route. ZywOo opens, and they chase down the players at CT. Good reaction from Vitality, recognizing that this flank was where the bulk of FaZe were coming from. And so it is a clean pistol from the Vitality squad. No contest from FaZe.
And 3 more kills for ZywOo. He's currently 22-9.
This is a nut series already from ZywOo.
All right, well, we just have a quick technical issue. It did look a little bit funky from Frozen. I believe he had crashed in that moment. We'll say that's less than ideal, won't we?
Yeah, less than ideal.
I think, thankfully, you probably weren't going to win the round anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like he was left in a 1v1. And
who are you to say that, Harry?
No, true. I'm not the arbiter of who gets to win. I just talk.
But this is scripted.
No, Chadley.
The whole tournament is scripted.
Spoke about this.
The entire tournament.
You're not meant to tell them.
Who are they?
Everyone.
I thought it's like wrestling.
Secret. Like wrestling.
The WWE or the WWF?
ZywOo with the steel chair.
From the top rope.
Yeah, so there should be a little bit more drama behind this. Someone bought an EMP
Don't worry,
charge in the
mid-game.
studio. or
Right,
whatever.
Carrigan's
exactly.
going to get up and slap him.
Wow,
be epic.
you did that to Henry yesterday.
Yep.
How was that? I've always wanted to slap Henry.
Honestly, it hurt. His face is mostly bone.
Mostly fun.
Frozen handled it pretty well. I would be tilting. If it was me, I would be...
That's when you got to take a deep breath and be like, we're up 8-5. Everyone chill.
I definitely wouldn't. I would say...
You have that
Games
inner...
can close up quickly, too.
You have that inner peace within you, Chad.
No, I don't.
No,
you
he
wouldn't
doesn't.
imagine the things I'd be saying.
Bro, I crashed in a FaZe game and he lost his shit.
I went
bro.
ballistic.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro,
For
I
Henry-
crashed.
for Harry
I
crashing.
crashed. And I got a double kill at the round. We lost
We
it.
would have won the round.
And, yeah, well, here we are. It's just USBs.
Harry, fix your computer problems. That's all I'm saying.
Bro.
Get those
'cause that's
tiny
definitely
hands
what it
inside the computer and fix it.
Flash.
Oh.
Come on, guys. What, you
You never know who's going to win a round. You just
think
said
we're
that to
here-
me at the end of the last one.
You think with full ecos? You've been doing this long enough.
Look, I'm just trying to build a little bit of suspense here and there. I like that fight. Even if the round is going to be lost, I think that's a cool fight.
You can enjoy the
I like
fight.
a nice little flashbang into the air, the USP swinging. It's very Hollywood.
The two of you aren't part of the Vertigo Hey Club, are you?
No.
No, that's Yanko and that's you.
Correct.
Okay, nice.
Ah.
All right, well, there's no Mac 10 to die to anyway, but 2-round game.
2-round game. Vitality's back in it. What can their T side produce? How effective can Zaiwu be on this T side? Can he still make things happen the way he did on the defense?
I feel if they don't put up a decent resistance in this first gun round, the half's already gotten away from them.
FaZe you're talking, or
Yeah,
Vitality?
FaZe. They need to put up some resistance immediately. Harassing mid-nade there. Just slightly chips at Rops, who's mounted up. Carrigan opted for the MP9, wants that extra util. Now, if you're Vitality, you don't have to be in a rush, and they clearly aren't. Just waiting out the protocol nades from FaZe to slow these choke points.
Yeah, counting Molotovs, counting smokes.
And also not using anything on their own behalf. So this is where it becomes very problematic for FaZe.
Yeah,
Once you're lower on util and you didn't find a fight or a kill or even any damage, what's your setup?
Yeah, late round's going to be really tough. There's the counter molly as soon as B stares. Util is thrown out by Vitality. Rain boosted up. Flashbang going to come in.
A little bit of a counter flash out as well to slow the push, but Flames still in with the opener. Oh, that's
So
nearly awkward for Brokey, and they will punish him the second time around. Zaiwu holding at the bottom of the ramp. He's been waiting there all round, and he gets his chance to get involved. Rops and Frozen, they both had a mare to open up this series. Rops has recovered somewhat, but we've been waiting for those big Frozen moments. Nade finds damage, but this, I was going to say 2v4 ain't it. They don't even get out with Rops still alive, and Zaiwu's already hunting. Vitality know the impact that winning this round will have, and they want to make it as brutal as possible. They're even trying to hunt down Frozen, and they've spotted him on the retreat.
Yeah, he's a dead man walking, isn't he? They still have more than half of the bomb yet to chase him out, and everybody's sprung to life. Frozen, what are you meant to do?
He's going to do his best Mezzi impression. Let's see what he's got.
How's his British accent? Blood.
I don't know. Let's find out. Right here, Frozen. Oh, he's screwed now. There's nowhere to go. Vitality systematically take all of his options away. So the half's out of control now, Chad.
Oh,
whoa.
I didn't know we had a smoke machine.
I didn't know we had that either.
It's been going off at the end of most rounds.
Really?
Is that
Yeah, when the bomb goes off.
Oh,
Okay,
I didn't notice that.
cool, I guess. So that means we could have done candles in here.
We could have done candles.
Could have done candles. All right. Well, yeah, here's trouble. Vitality with a free crack, or almost, to level things up 8-8. We will see some upgrades coming out of FaZe. Deagles, P250, MP9, and an opening death for Rain.
Down. That's a nasty shot from Mezzi. Brokey's up next. But all this util in the B-bomb site sucks. It's no fun to play around with, and good kill, but that's about it. Brokey not able to handle the deagle.
Mezzi's having a great game, man.
So this is where, if we start the conversation for the next gun round, FaZe are going to get max loss bonus, right? So they will have everything that they desire in
Up
terms
on
of
Brokey.
utility. Yeah, and from that point forward, do we see something as offensive again on the CT side where, you know, we were talking about this with Vitality in the first half. Do they want to do something where they're making a move, making a play and trying to take a zone on the map and win out those duels early to hold on to that map control? Do they want to sit back, see how Vitality open the round, then stall them out with utility? This is the problem for FaZe. Their official experience on this map is very limited. So we don't really know exactly how they're going to respond in situations like this. Normally they eke it out by individuals.
And it's hard to have confidence in how deep in their playbook they might need to go, because we obviously saw Vitality able to stall them out in the first gun round, right? Let them use all their utility, sit back and wait, and then you have them where you want them all across the map. Do FaZe have enough experience? Well, I mean, that answer is no, not enough experience, but do they have enough theory crafting behind this map to make adaptations as they go?
I would go as far as saying individual pedigree to make these right choices in the moment to get them across the line.
Okay.
Because Frozen not activated, and this is someone who has played probably the most Vertigo in the server at the moment as far as FaZe are concerned. And he only is really struggling. So we need to get him activated right here, right now. As we'll exchange ramp smokes. Lurk from the T side. Yellow block, not the deep one from the CTs. Rops, you've got company.
Yeah, he's got to do something here as Robs. I'll swing him over in mid, and he controls the spray. Spinks and Apex both removed early. And so Robs is starting to find his voice. Rising up through the ranks of FaZe. Clean from Mezzi. Dude, he's been all over the B-bomb site, both sides. Mezzi's been there, putting his name all over B.
Before that kill, I was about to say they have to convert this, but now there's a real conversation. You have a smoke, a couple of flashes, a HE, Zywoo and Flames is still in the mix. Rain's calling B clear. It's a retake setup on A right now.
Kerrigan's going to shift over. They're not going to try surely to push forward into the bomb site. Kerrigan's got to be really careful. If the play is going to be clear B stairs and push forward, yeah, delay the plant with Molly and nades, allow that flank to come to fruition.
How deep do they surge?
Flame spots Frozen. Fire the ice for control. Over this A side, there's those mollies coming out to slow down the plant. One more on Frozen. Zywoo, another tap required. And this is wasting precious time for Vitality. FaZe might be teed up to maintain that lead. Robs is in on the backstab as well. They're aware of it. They try to clear him, but Robs very well handled with an ace. To find the lead for FaZe Clan, Robs stands and delivers.
And Robs hasn't been in that top form that we expect from a player of his quality in some time. This would be the moment for him to awaken. That ace is beautiful. It's against a gun round. This ain't no eco bashing. This isn't a lighter buy. This is an A4 doing dirty work on LAN.
And it's extended across the whole round. It's the movement, the positioning, the response to what Vitality is doing. And they're forced to take a timeout as Apex gets his coach involved. Down one round, but plenty of money.
Now, Zywoo is the only one yet to buy here. Everyone can see on the heads-up display. Okay, he's gone into the AK. I was going to say he has enough money if he wanted to bring out the AWP, but he doesn't need to.
No, this is one of those maps. He just wants to be on the AK on the T side.
Like a lot more mobile, gives more options to Apex as well. They don't just try and have to set him up for fights. It is always good if you can cover off that yellow swing with the AWP, or you can find the shots through the top hole, but also you get negated by utility quite quickly. I think they won't be going mid anytime soon. Maybe trying to fuse Rain on B, and again, he might be an opening death.
Oh, he's stuck.
Low. He's trapped in there as well. Mezzi does have the molly to burn him out, but they give Rain the little bit of extra room here, so that kill goes unpunished.
Jason, I just looked at you quizzically. If I'm Rain, I would have darted back to spawn. I can't believe he hung around to throw nades.
He slid out looking for a fight or something after all that. I think the only reason he's alive, I think Vitality thought he got all the way back to the bomb site in that first exchange. I don't think
he should have been wallback.
Yeah, exactly. Or just an HE.
But look, they burnt 2 smokes on B within the first, what, 40 seconds of the round?
Yeah, util being spent to cover the low HP of Rain.
So what's the response? You can't just sit here and wait.
Well, Brokey's shifting back with the AWP. I thought maybe they'd perch him up to peer down the A ramp and rotate Frozen over, but it's going to be all Rops and quad.
No flashes to support these B peaks.
Oh, no, yeah, they wanted that AWP to peek down ramp, and so him and Frozen were swapping out. That's going to delay the rotate a hell of a lot. The B site held for now. Carrigan and Rops offering up the kills. Spinks moves in. Is he ready? No, he's not. Carrigan! Another multi-kill from the captain of FaZe. That's what was required here, but it's Zywoo still left in it, and Carrigan's his kryptonite right now as he steps up with another multi-kill. Carrigan does not want this one to be over in 2.
The fact that we are getting this level of individual performance out of Carrigan is insane. He's taking heads-up duels, and he is just bopping some of the kids on the Vitality side of the server. I can't believe Rain gets anything done on 8 HP. Beautiful work from him. Sets up Rops for one, but Carrigan, he is playing like 1.6 Carrigan.
Yeah, it's actually rolling back the years. It makes no sense. Former star player in previous iterations of Counter-Strike, but he's back today.
It is just an insane statement to think, like, thank God Rops is getting switched online so Carrigan has some help. A sentence you weren't expecting to say here. ZywOo finally takes him in the head-to-head, but Brokey's out for revenge. Frozen going to overextend, low on ammo. Brokey tries his hand at the flick and comes up short, so Vitality able to etch out a man advantage here in a low-buy round.
At least they've snuffed out ZywOo. The only one putting up numbers at the moment is Mezzy. Now take away a couple of exit kills, sure. Spinx has come alive in this second half. He's been able to find 6 kills so far. Apex and Flamesy also chipping in when necessary, and it feels necessary for Vitality now. Hitting the brakes, allowing some re-aggressors.
Allowing someone to make a mistake.
Just like this.
And just like this. But would they be aware of the mid-round push? Frozen is alone at this bomb site as one rotates off. If they clear this. Oh, but they won't. Oh, they will. Oh. You said Mezzy was the other one, and boy, does he deliver with the deagle. And now tucked behind sandbags, Rops, playing like a little bit of a rat.
They don't have any util to get rid of him, but they're going to try and outposition this A play. If Apex gets this, that's the round for Vitality. Teed up right there. Rops is so far removed, he can't play into this.
It's such good team play from Vitality that we've seen in both of these maps so far. Even with them being down, it's like Apex has such a good standing. He's like, I'm the pivot point, just rotate. Nobody was going to be here to defend. I can hold this off.
Well, this is a key round to lose for FaZe. Right? The finances are absolutely in the bin. They will get 2,400 as the loss bonus. If Rops stays alive, he can drop one. Carrigan can buy himself, but it was still going to be touch and go. This could really be the turning point.
We talked about their experience as a team on the map and experience of individuals on the map of Vertigo, and I might be reading into this too much, but that round felt like they didn't really understand that, like, you've kind of done what you needed to do at ramp. You didn't need to take those deep fights. One player backing off, Brokey sliding out wider for the fight with an AWP.
I think because they started 3, they really wanted control.
Yeah. And they just got stuck in the idea, stuck in the mindset, couldn't hold back.
It did look slightly disjointed with the fights. It was great that Brokey snuffed out ZywOo immediately, but yeah, some slight overextensions, and now they find themselves with a one-round gap. I think that you have
and no money.
You have to eco, right? Because next round you're going to get the 2,900. So take a save here, definitely buy next. They've taken a tactical timeout to have this discussion. I know Yanko in these certain situations like to lump a lot of praise on Neo, but that tends to be more on the T side.
Yeah.
This is the CT side, and Frozen is having an absolute mare. That's the type of death as well when he's overextended. If he gets that kill, the round probably still falls apart, even if he just gets one. So it had to be a multi-kill position.
They're going for a half buy, small investment. Frozen with MP9, Carrigan with the Scout.
I just wonder, right, instead of going for the Scout armor, do you go Hero M4 and give it to Rops, and then he can buy armor, Carrigan can...
Or do you just save it and give Brokey the AWP in the next round?
Yeah, well, I guess at this point, Rifles might be doing a better job. ZywOo does have the AWP on the other side of the server.
Okay, so a switch up in style. ZywOo's going to try and catch a peek off guard. That's where Carrigan's heading with the Scout as well.
One of the kind of praises, gnarly opening out of Spinx. One of the praises we gave FaZe on that opening map is how the pieces of this team, in amidst all the chaos, everyone's aware of what their responsibilities are. You kind of rely on the teammates around you. This is feeling like one of these games where we don't have that same level of reliance on each other, man. Like, Frozen's had a really rough go at it. We've all had those games where it just feels like everything's going wrong, and he's very much in that place right now. Carrigan's top fragging alongside Rops, for crying out loud. It's like, you know, who's gonna be that X-Factor player? Because surely it can't actually be Carrigan. And so that leaves Rops as the one thrust into the discussion, but even he's had to recover across this second map to bring his sort of level up to the rest of the team.
I think fortunately they get a gun round next round. Right? So it's a tied up 10-10, and to answer those questions, we will get an opportunity to see. I just think that, like, Rain's been harassed a lot towards B early. He's given up a couple of opening deaths. It's a tough side. It doesn't feel like a Rain bomb site to me.
No, I'm trying to think of who you might put in that bomb site. Well, that's also, I think, too, where, like, Brokey not having the AWP, like, imagine how mobile he could be with the AWP. Put him at the B bomb site one round. See if you can't scare them away from bullying Rain the way that they have. Make some switch-ups. And those are things they haven't necessarily had all the opportunities in the world to do on this CT side.
Yeah, well, losing both pistols.
Yep.
8 rounds still on the T half. We're tied up 10-10. This is traditionally where the individuals, the CT side, when we're talking about most maps of Counter-Strike, have an opportunity to stand and deliver. And one of the rounds they picked up so far on the defense was a Rops ace. The other was a Carrigan multi-kill.
Right, with the openings.
So let's see how much more we can attest to individuals. As again, harassment towards B. Mezzi already tucked in. Multiple boosts available. This Rain wants to harass, but this is so tough. Has support, sure. The key rounds. Oh, Apex making no secret of his presence. They will look to re-molly Wood, deny the re-aggress on the timing of the smoke. Playing on the cusp, the nades hit it. Was that was a team nade?
Might have been. It blew open either way. Apex pushes out. Now they know the position of Ropes. That's a good double tap to the dome. And Brokey spotted one in mid, but ZywOo will not be stopped.
He is low after that skirmish. Vitality with a bit of room over here in middle. ZywOo watching. He's right there back in CT, but they get him off the angle, they get him off the boost, and they're going to look to regroup here. These are making moves in the meantime. Clearing out B ramp is nice. It at least frees up one of these B players to go on a bit of a roam. They're going to leave Rain there. Oh, there's the ZywOo opener. Brokey didn't finish him off the first time around.
Oh,
ZywOo might just be the one that gets away. Frozen, this was meant to be his moment, but it's just the double up. That leaves it all on Rain, and they know where this guy plays. They know where he's often found over towards this B site. Rain's trying to get ahead of that right now with a mid-round rotate.
Did they hear Rain's drop earlier? He dropped onto the railing.
Yeah, but he's gone to the wrong side. Spinks has got absolutely no idea where he is. Just has to stick the plant now.
I think Rain's making the right play. You realize you're the B anchor. They know it. They're going to be planning at the A bomb site. He's going to be hustling there, but now a one-on-one. He's got no kit. He's got one smoke.
Spinks has all the time in the world to pick a position. But everywhere he goes, he's fearful that Rain might already lie in wait. If he can get a little drop of info here, something to play off of. Oh, and Rain makes noise. Spinks, he's got the info to work with here. Bomb timer ticking down. Rain is under pressure. Rain's got to do it. Spinks backed into the corner, but there isn't time for the defuse. All Spinks needed was that one little drop from the sound cue. He tucks in, he never gives the fight over. And so Vitality take the lead down the tail end of Vertigo.
It's got to be those ZywOo kills with the open middle for me. The fact he gets the second is insane. The first one was great, right? He gets Carrigan, I think, in transition. But then it stalls out for a moment, had a bit of a stalemate. That was huge.
That's massive.
And this one here is also big.
Yeah, well, then he swings out a little bit wider, and it's Spinks who's covering the peak, and that's an instant shot as well.
Frozen gets 2, runs out of ammo for the 3rd.
Yeah. Dude, and here's the thing, if you're FaZe, you actually had the perfect defense for that. You took the A player Frozen away. You left A unguarded. 3 players in middle. You're ready for that hit, and it all goes against you. That's got to be crushing as you consider in this timeout. 1 round back.
They're shoving. FaZe are not wanting to get, or allow, sorry, Vitality to get up to 12 rounds. They've shoved all in. They've been able to pull out 4 silenced M4s, 1 MP9. There's a kit in play this time round for Brokey.
Well, it might just be all on this round. Next one if FaZe loses, depending on what they save, likely just SMGs with utility.
Look at this, they're just linking up. This is what they do on overpass. This is the snake, but they're going towards A. They've conditioned B and middle so much, they're just walking over towards Frozen site.
FaZe is so beat right out of spawn.
It's only Frozen here. The lone A-site defender. He's been struggling across this series. Frozen has not had that level of impact we've come to expect, but he opens up this round. The one man in defense of A puts up a fight, will get bested by Mezzi, but he's at least slowed down this site take. All that creeping up that Vitality did, they were hoping that this was going to be the knockout punch. It's still left open in the 4v4. Mezzi, 1 point of health, and so that bomb will get planted. FaZe are now tasked with the retake.
Well, they better get Brokey on the bomb. They've got 2 smokes to do it.
Try and move in. ZywOo gets out over towards the sandbag.
Sphinx lurk.
Lurk out through mid for Sphinx as well. That one's on a timer, constantly ticking in the back of FaZe's mind. This guy's going to try move in and rob the round. Flames is taking the attention away. They hop on the bomb. Brokey is sticking this.
The knife's out, the knife's out.
The backstab arrives. They knife Brokey. And so Vitality, match and series point. FaZe are locked out at Vertigo. And with that round, with the all-in investment, the hope might be all.
Apex is so hyped up.
And you've got to just look at ZywOo in this series. He has been an absolute monster. An absolute monster. 29 kills, constant impact. And Apex loves the way that one feels. Just 5 more kills. Well, 4 more now.
Bro,
4 more.
Said it all across the series. FaZe have been in every grand final they've attended since CS2 released. Vitality have even robbed FaZe of 2 trophies in those grand finals. And here, they're looking to be the ones that stop the FaZe Clan grand final streak. And they want to do it dominantly. They want to do it in 2 with an insanely one-sided win to open up. Robs puts up some defense over towards the B site. FaZe try to hightail it in terms of the rotations. They start pulling everyone over towards B. Paranoid. But Vitality, their mind is not made up yet. ZywOo walking up through ramp. He's going to clash with Frozen. And on that reposition, Frozen gets away with the kill.
That could be impactful.
You've just taken ZywOo at 30 kills deep out of the round. You hope that that can be a turning point if you're FaZe.
Oh, Molly from Flames. Chance to get this fight. He spots 2. Now into the bomb site, smoke down. Flames against 3, but I mean, there's a couple on low HP. Rain is very low. Frozen is tagged up. That Molotov not spreading, edging and planting at the same time.
Oh, they hear him tag. They know he's still boxed in, but Flames. Oh, Flames! Oh! On the edge of the smoke! Flames lives life on the edge and steals away FaZe Clan's quarterfinals. Their run in Malta is over, and for Vitality, it's just beginning. What a play from Flames to close out this series. One final knockout blow to FaZe Clan.